Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
We're glad you're here. I'm Whitney Ward. We want to get right to the forecast because we know everyone is talking about it right now. We're in the middle of another winter storm hitting the inland Northwest.
Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo with a look at our current conditions and what's still to come. Jeremy?
Well, we have quite a bit of snow coming down. I was actually just reading the latest snow reports coming in. Chattaroy picked up a ½ an inch of snow in the past hour, and as it was coming down, strong wind reduced visibility to about 1/4 of a mile. We're still under winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings through tonight for much of the region, but here you go. There is that heavy snow coming down, and notice central Washington and still a bit of rain transitions into snow over the Palouse, and just north of downtown is where we're starting to see some of that heavy snow. When it comes to that snow squall warning, we keep trimming off the western edge, and now a line sets up from basically Chattaroy up just south of Loon Lake and back down. Does this band hit I-90? Could very well do so. It looks like it's moving pretty slow, but we are going to keep a very close eye on it. Basically, forecast models have this continue to spin, and then eventually we wind up seeing it in downtown and on the South Hill. That's why I think I'm going to keep our snow prediction pretty similar to what we talked about yesterday. Strong easterly wind takes us through the night, and that's what ushers in that colder air mass. I was just looking up with our friends up to the north, up in Canada. Huge difference in temperature, a 30-degree Fahrenheit drop in temperature in a very short distance as that colder air mass settles in. When it comes to the next little bit, I think we are breezy. You know what? Let's do this. We've got a little bit of time. Let's talk snow amount. Spokane, 1 to 3. I think you're definitely up near 3, up near the Y. Downtown, South Hill, we're going to be closer to that 1 if we get to report anything. Coeur d'Alene, 2 to 4. Lookout Pass, upwards of 20 inches. St. Mary's, 2 to 4. Pullman, 1 to 3 with a little bit of snow coming down, but it's all about those bands. You find yourself under one of those, and it's heavy snow now. Tomorrow, blustery, mostly cloudy, and topping out in the mid-20s. And then Thursday and Friday, very cold. Overnight lows down in the single digits.
I thought spring was right around the corner.
So close.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. And as we continue to track this winter weather, I want to get out to take a look at conditions right now across the inland Northwest.
We want to head out to our KREM 2's Nathan Hyun. He's in the KREM 2 Storm Tracker right now. Nathan, where are you at? How's it looking right now?
Yeah, Whitney, Mark, we're now heading down Highway 95 towards Post Falls. And let me show you guys how it looks out in this road. And it's definitely come down a lot more since we last talked. The roads have been covered more in snow, and we actually saw one spin out driving up Highway 95. It wasn't there when we were driving back down. And the snow's getting a lot heavier. If you guys can take a look a little bit on the wind pushing the snow into the roadway, and the cars have been going a lot slower. We're at a red light, but I did also talk to the Washington State Department of Transportation, who told me that people should be aware once snow plows hit the road.
To provide, safe roadways for the traveling public. This is like their Super Bowl. So they want to be out there getting the roads clear for the public, and we just ask for, give us plenty of space, don't pass us, and be patient.
So both the city and county of Spokane say they won't bring out their snowplows until there's at least 2 inches of snow on the ground, but because of the wind and low temperatures in the next couple of days, crews have already been deciding to de-ice and sand the problem areas. So if snow does accumulate, the city is telling people to stay patient as they treat first priority roads and then the main arterials. So right now as we go, you can see the visibility is really low. There's some snowplows there on the left side. And right now we're noticing that the roads are getting icier right now in this car. It's about 22 degrees. So that's something to look out for, especially if you're driving on the road here in North Idaho. But for right now, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Nathan, thank you very much. And we are, of course, used to this type of weather in the inland Northwest, but it's still important to be prepared with fresh snow and cold heading our way.
Yeah, so we've got some reminders for you. First of all, dress as if you're going to be stranded, especially if you're headed out on a road trip. Keep a warm coat or a blanket in your car so it's always there if you need it. Open the garage door before you start your car and let it warm up. That's going to prevent the carbon monoxide from building up. Bring your supplies like a snow brush or an ice scraper inside for easy access.
Also, back into your parking space if you can, so it's easier for you to leave. And we all know a frozen windshield and windshield wipers, they're pretty annoying, so lift them up while you're not driving your car. Well, in other news happening right now, the Coeur d'Alene City Council meeting as they look toward making the decision on what could move could move a $2.5 billion commercial development forward.
Cortair is a controversial plan right now for Coeur d'Alene city officials as well as homeowners. So here's a live look. That meeting just got started. Developments for this project actually started as early as 2019. That's when the Kootenai County Land Company acquired 1,000 acres off of Hutter Road. And now developers are hoping that City Council will approve a 440-acre land annexation for this project. Dozens of homeowners have testified, though, against the project. They have a lot of concerns about big business and a lot of traffic in the area.
Developers are looking to build new schools, businesses, and thousands of homes over the next 20 to 30 years. The $2.5 billion investment is expected to generate $4.4 million in sales tax revenue. KREM 2 is at the meeting right now and will bring you updates later tonight.
We also have new developments tonight about the WSU student who was found dead in his dorm room back in January. Just a few hours ago, the fraternity that student was a member of released a statement.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley went to Pullman today to gather more details. She is joining us live tonight with what we have learned today. Amanda?
Well, at the time of Luke Tyler's death, he was a resident here at this WSU residence hall. Now, while there are still many questions surrounding the circumstances of his death, we do know WSU police are investigating. Meantime, the Pullman Police Department's investigation is focused on the circumstances outside of the WSU campus.
Limited information is available regarding the death of WSU freshman Luke Tyler, as it is an active investigation, but here's what we know so far. The Whitman County coroner confirms Luke died by suicide. The release also says the combined effects of alcohol and antidepressants found in his system caused his death. We learned today that medication was in fact prescribed to Luke. Following this update from the coroner, Luke's family shared a statement which says he told close friends that he was at his breaking point due to hazing at Theta Chi. Luke's family says they are eager to learn the truth about his experience. This afternoon, WSU fraternity Theta Chi issued its own statement. It confirmed Luke was initiated as a member in October last year. They offer condolences to his family and are expecting all its members to cooperate with the investigation into Luke's death. In an obituary posted online, Luke's family describe him as an avid athlete with a thirst for adventure. He also spent summers teaching kids how to sail at Sail Sandpoint, lifeguarding and crabbing in the San Juans. His family says Luke was studying kinesiology at WSU with dreams of becoming a physical therapist.
Now, a celebration of life for Luke Tyler will be held next month in Kirkland. That service will also be live streamed for those who cannot attend in person. We have all that information linked to our website, KREM.com. Reporting in Pullman, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. In other headlines tonight, we are learning new details about a deadly avalanche incident near Leavenworth this weekend. Officials believe 3 people have been killed. It happened Sunday, according to the Northwest Avalanche Center, Kolchak Peak, southwest of Leavenworth.
So officials right now say a group of 6 hikers were visiting the area from the East Coast. They were in their 50s and 60s and were hiking when a first slide was triggered, and then 4 people fell. 3 are believed to have died from traumatic injuries then. Then some subsequent slides happened, which then sent more debris down on top of them. 1 more person was hurt in that fall. Survivors, though, were evacuated by search and rescue. We are still working to learn more tonight. We do know that avalanche warnings were in effect for much of the Cascades Sunday night into Monday, and those avalanche concerns do remain high.
In news from around the Northwest tonight, the Idaho House passed a bill which could make COVID vaccine requirements illegal for public agencies and buildings. House Bill 155 states that people will not need to prove they got a COVID vaccine or a negative test results in order to receive services from any city, county, or state agency. There would also be no vaccine requirements to enter a government building or to be hired for a government job. The bill now heads to the state Senate for consideration. And tonight, Washington joining 19 other states in an historic governor-led reproductive Freedom Alliance. The alliance is a nonpartisan coalition that they say is committed to protecting and expanding reproductive freedoms in their states. Governor Jay Inslee released a statement about this new coalition. It reads in part, Washington is taking strong actions to protect these freedoms for every patient and provider in our state, and we are all in on the fight to protect a person's right to an abortion across the country.
Washington is one step closer to having a state dinosaur. The Washington House of Representatives passed a bill to name the Suchiosaurus rex as the official dinosaur of the state. That dinosaur roamed the earth more than 80 million years ago. It's a cousin to the well-known T-Rex. It was also the first dinosaur fossil ever found in Washington state. The bill was first introduced in 2019, but it's failed 2 previous times. Lawmakers, though, are hopeful it could pass the state Senate this time around. The Washington State Patrol is once again warning drivers that gold scammers are preying on drivers. This is kind of a wild story, but state troopers say people are flagging down drivers trying to sell them fake gold. The WSP says it's been happening all across the state. Recently, though, it's ramping up along the I-5 corridor.